Okay, thank you for your request for a reading, but this is a different matter. One thing I suggest, maybe you're trying too hard, trying to push it. If the dog is fearful and they've been through a lot, it's going to take them some time to trust and come around. So, you can't push them. They will be fearful and they will bite to try to protect themselves. I suggest you watch It's Me or the Dog with Victoria. And she's very good at showing people how to work with these dogs and how to get them to change their demeanor. Okay? So it's going to take time. It's going to take patience, and you can't rush in there to want to grab them and hold them and pet them right away. They have to come to you. You have to give them enough space so they feel safe and they come to you. Okay? Like now, I'm not holding this little guy all the time. I'm giving him his space and letting him letting him rest and do his thing. I'm not going to hang on to him on my lap all the time and constrain him. I'm letting him, like right now, he's taking a nap, okay? So I'm going to let him have his nap time, and this is very sweet. Let him have his nap time. Are you being a good boy? Yes. Okay, go back to sleep. There he goes, back to sleep. But I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to, force him. So I'll pull cards and see what I get, but I've never done this type of reading, so we'll see. I don't know what I can get or not get in this kind of a case. But the main thing I say is you got to give them space. It could take months for them to trust enough to come up, okay? But you can't push it. People want to be held and consoled when they've had difficulties. Sometimes the animal want to be left alone for a while. And when they see they can trust you, then they'll come up, okay? But to try to force it, you might just be pushing things backwards, okay? Yeah, so this is about dealing with the shadow. He's come out, this dog, I don't know, male, female, has come out of a bad situation, and it's got a shadow substance to deal with. It doesn't come out of a happy situation. It's got trauma that it has to deal with, okay? And so again, when you have a dog that's had trauma, it's going to take some time, okay? Now some of these trainers, they want to do by force and this and that. You can't do that with a dog who's been traumatized. They need to have their space. They need positive reinforcement, not negative, okay? They just need to have the positives reinforced. So let's see what we have. You have the family, okay, at the center. The emotions of coming together as family. It takes some time. Things are hung up now. She sees from one view, you see from a different view, okay? And you have to try to understand her view. There's been, this difficulty of abuse, manipulation, being pushy, and you can't do that with this dog. You can't, because it feels like an abuse of power. You can't be like that, even though you want to love and you want to console and you want to, she doesn't know or he doesn't know what you're up to. It feels, when you approach them too quick, that it's an abuse. And they see it as maybe they've been restricted, put somewhere, and then being abused. So you can't do that. The challenge is it's got a lot of mental and heartbreak behind it. There's a lot of pain this dog is dealing with, and you need to get her to a space where it's calmer waters. And to get to a space of calmer waters, it takes really a lot of patience. You got to juggle it now, okay? Keep things in balance. And the strength is, what's this kind of strength? Not overpowering, but the strength of gentleness. She's working with this lion with gentleness. It's not with that abuse of power. Okay? So I see here that what's above this reading is, hold on, let me get these cards and put away here. I need to find a space. You know, you have this one, and you have your desires, and you have a lot of desires concerning this dog. But we've got the karma aspect and the timing to deal with, and you can't rush forward mentally with this. Again, it's going to take time. It's going to take time and patience dealing with this, because this poor animal has a lot of shadows that are being dragged along with it. And, you know, it's not going to be easy to break through these things. You know, one person that's really good with that stuff is that Victoria on It's Me or the Dog. So mainly she works with people how to work with these types of animals, how to get them to trust you. See, the dog is seeing from a different view, and he's seeing too much abuse of power, and he's on a different path, a different understanding, okay? His path has been difficult. So let's see what we have under it. Order, okay? Now, he needs a path of order, coming to order, but it needs to be done in a gentle way. You can't push it. And even if you want to love them, you want to comfort them, it's not comforting to them if they have gone through abuse. They don't know what you're going to do, and so they react, and they push back, and they want to defend themselves, okay? So we have to start with something new, a new approach, because of the difficulty, the mental difficulty that this dog has. You need to get her to calm her mind by new approach, the acquisition. You need to, when it's acquiring, you know, to acquire that new gentleness of mind, it's going to take, again, working with things in a gentle way, okay? And again, it means coming to balance when it comes to wanting this family situation to come together, and all your desires, you want these desires to come together. But understand, you're dealing with some karmic stuff. Things have been overturned in this poor dog's world, and they see from a different viewpoint because of abuse. Because they're coming out of very strict, hard mental abuse. So they're still carrying that mental abuse and that pain, and it's going to take some gentle understanding to get them to a place of a better mental space of trust, okay? Underneath of it, we have order and acquisition. Okay, it's going to take time again. You can't just charge forward with your ideas, because this poor dog has gone through a divergent path, and it needs to have a new way of working with it. So I really suggest, because you've got shadows to deal with, and as far as this dog knows, you're just another boogeyman that's come out of the woodwork. They don't know your heart and mind, and they're still having knee-jerk reactions to the past, okay? So please watch this Victoria Stilwell, and just watch It's Me or the Dog on YouTube. Watch a bunch of those segments, and you'll begin to see how this works. You know, another one, understanding this nature, is the nanny. You know, you have that nanny that works with really unruly children, disrupted families, and she really goes in there, but you've got to build trust, and you got to take it slowly. You have to let them come to you rather than you wanting to go to them, because for them, when somebody approaches them like that, they freak out. It's PTSD. They're back in the abuse. And so it takes time for you to work with them slowly, bit by bit. You know, just give them some special things, but give them their space. Give them their space and let them come to you. So that's my best advice.